Alright. There we go. Fun times. Running way farther behind than I ever intended to be. Kind of waiting for my oolong to all turn into, like, real leaf boys, because they start out all, curled up. It's part of the process of making oolong tea. They curl it all up into little teeny balls. Each leaf individually is turned into a little ball. And I like to steep it until it's all unfurled. And then I give it a little while after that. And then I think it's ready to drink. Here for right now. So I have tea and I have water. I'm going to placate my body and my mod who complained that the other day I was drinking way too much soda. To her credit, she was right. I've been drinking way too much soda. But it's easy. One of those things where it's right there, it doesn't take any effort. And yeah, I'm just going to open that up and drink it. I try to make it through the entire stream without doing any of that. We'll see how well that goes. I kind of cross-posted that we're streaming today. I've been really bad about posting on Facebook about it because I feel like, one, I only have 69 friends. Yes, 69. Oh. On Facebook, and the reason is I don't like having people I don't know in real life on my Facebook. So only people I know in real life have met, with one exception. I do have a friend who lives in Boston who I met while I was playing a video game. And we hit it off, but we haven't really talked in years. But I also don't want to unfriend him because he's a really cool guy. And I feel like unfriending people should be reserved for people you've had a falling out with, or you never really became friends. I do have a couple of coworkers that I was never actually very close with, that I'm friends with. Including one person who apparently thought that keeping your password on a sticky note on your monitor in the office was a good idea. And that locking your computer included only turning off the monitors. Excuse me? That's not how you do that. Also, I have like a frog in my throat and it's making me kind of crazy. Alright, so we are level 40. We just found out that a whole bunch of people are dead. Outside is full of very angry people and scowls, none of whom are even close to my level. We don't really have to worry about them all that much. But the entire map of the city, when it comes to that, like where people are, who's bad, who's not, what's going on, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, Excuse me? It's definitely coming from over here. Oh, look, there's a thing in this box again. Yay! Hey, you know, if you sleep more, they refill those more. Oh! Sleeping more also means that, you know, people die more. That's not fun. Well, except when, you know, it was the cause of their death. It's literally down. What? I don't. Who are you and why are you screaming like an idiot? District. Hostile. Oh shit. Yeah, we're gonna put this loud-ass son of a out of his misery if I find him. Were you the loud ass? No? God damn it, we don't read posters! It told me it was hostile when I walked in here, but then there was nothing in here. No? Is there anybody in here? You're supposed to be going. Yep.
It ain't human! Kill it! Over there!
Uh-huh. Ain't human. Yeah. I've been screaming for months. God damn it. Now we got a screamy boy over here. I don't like screaming. Stop it. You're giving me a headache. Oh! Where the hell did you come from? Behind you, Faye. That's where he came from. Behind you. Well, I know that part. Damn it all. Anybody in here? Anybody want to scream? No, you're in the distant part of the district. I don't care. You might not even really be here. Killed a big furry guy over here earlier. Well, last night. before we went to bed. I can hear you eating. Chew with your go-ram mouth closed. Were you raised in an effing barn? Oops. It's not trying to do that. Thank you very much. Well, you know, Faye, if you wouldn't button mash something... Shut up! You want to watch me play or what? Talk to me! I know I'm being demanding. I'm a velociraptor. I know he's not a velociraptor. It sounds like a velociraptor. Noisy eater. Alright. Oh, stop it. Ooh, good handle parts +3. Me gusta mucho.
It's locked, all right.
Nathan, that was not helpful. Maybe say something like, maybe we should go around. What's around? Sorry, for those not in the know, I know I say that particular line a lot. That is actually a reference to an old vampire cop show called Faelyn. Are there more, Jonathan? Of course there's more. There's always more. Let me just walk in and kill all of you, only to get my ass kicked by somebody much smaller than me. Really? No, God. Yeah? Okay. There's probably 2 vampires over here. Or, you know, the scow. Who, for some reason, is not letting me beat him within an inch of his life. How is this part of the city not collapsed? Well, because it's basically part of West End. West End hasn't collapsed. I can't open this door yet.
It's locked.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here!
Gosh darn velociraptors. So loud. It's just a poster, we don't read posters. Stop flickering. Alright. Now we're right next to the entrance.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
I'm pretty sure we deserve this kind of punishment, Jonathan. Just saying. We did kill basically an entire area in the course of one stream, which resulted in whole sections of frickin' London falling in the night. I want to make sure that we unlock some of
It's
these.
locked, all right.
Really? I can't even unlock it from this side? Shocked.
Watch out!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
We basically drank him to death. Definitely within an inch of his life. That's hilarious. Now we're at the point where we wonder whether or not it's time to,
I cannot enter.
Really? That one's locked now, too? Really?
Die, vermin!
You die.
Watch it! It's a killer!
Oh, I know why it won't let me in that one spot. It's because we haven't talked to Lady Ashbury yet. But you can't do that yet. You have to talk to the good lady.
Die, vermin!
And I'm like, but I don't want to talk to Lady Ashbury yet. Oh, yay! The door to Whitechapel is open. Whitechapel is hostile. That's another district that we, apparently broke too hard. I didn't even get to kill everybody. Can't go in there yet, because that's a story point. You guys are too busy worrying about the...
Watch out! Over there! There's one of them!
Oh, man. Now looking forward to making him explode with my blood. Really? The store? No.
It's locked.
It's locked. Not that there's any point to being up there, but hey, whatever. That leads back to Lady Ashbury's. This is another door back to Whitechapel.
It's locked, all right.
Ooh, hideout is available. What? Okay. I've hardly sold anything. I've hardly bought anything. Listen here. You caught me with splash damage. That's not cool. That's Lady Ashbury's place there. We've basically killed everyone and looted everything in the area that we're allowed to be in.
It's locked.
Okay, so, new hideout, my bum. Okay, let's go talk to Lady Ashbury. I was kind of hoping Linux would be here before I did this part, but gotta keep moving.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Says the guy who family lives in a splendid house.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Considering
Yes.
the fact that I've turned
Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him, but I kept it in the end.
That's
I did
because
not know
your
you
dad
were a
can't
painter, my
enjoy it.
lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Like the fact that you're the healthy carrier for this plague? And we will probably choose to, kill you?
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
I've murdered 2 entire districts.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
I felt this power, radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the Ancient Ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
His maker is effing Merlin.
My sister Mary, she was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
So I want to apologize. I keep kicking the thing the microphone is attached to. I'm not trying to, but it's right in the same spot where my feet are. And like anytime I shift my feet, I accidentally kick it, and I can see it make noise even in the mic. And I am very sorry.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
It's box elder bug season. I hate box elder bugs.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful. But I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
F 'em.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
Some are sure that they're a pilot. People matter.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
And your sibling. Which is why it's not true.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Priwen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Priwen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Priwen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us as the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Will the Guard of Priwen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Priwen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
City the size of London, there shouldn't be more than a dozen vampires. Anything more than that, you're risking a lot. And there are definitely in London.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
Pardon me for a moment here. There.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
I have to confess that I'm surprised they're bothering to go through with the love story aspect of this, considering how many people Jonathan has killed. Okay, how many people I've killed. I feel like I'm going to have to cleanse myself by playing through on a less deathy death
So,
place.
time to visit the Ascalon Club.
But I know that now that if I do, it's going to be hard as hell. And I'm going to be very angry the whole time I'm doing it.
It's locked, all right.
Damn yous. Damn your eyes. This is where things finally start getting difficult again.
It's locked.
Can't open the door from this side.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Gilbert! No!
Well then. A box of medical supplies? That's it. Medical experiments for the lot here. I am so sorry. That was terrible. But at the same time, I've been for decades. Because of my father. I just realized I never bothered to go back and see if I could get into that hideout.
It's locked, all right.
I had to check. She's over there screaming. I just want to put her out of her misery. leads back into Whitechapel.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
This one's mine!
Ow. Oh, this is where she's screaming. Alright, well. Made quick work out of those two. And we've got that door unlocked now. Next up is the Velociraptor who's shouting for his own death.
I cannot enter.
Yeah. That's where the Velociraptor is, too.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Innocent. I don't think he looks very innocent. Before we actually continue this, I need to read. I will be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Oof, she's Mesmer level 5.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
My left eyelid is twitching, and it is making me slightly crazy.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
I'm pretty sure you would know if a vampire was blushing.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
She's still not wrong.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know.
Lies.
And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Both good questions. We don't have any answers.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Back to shouting about the suffragette. Another warning leaflet. look, it's the crazy lady. Her mesmer level is questionable.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
She's level 2.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Karina cannot work in an orange juice factory. She can't concentrate. Sorry.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Give me some of your hints and maybe I
Tell
will.
me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Yay, a hint!
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Ah.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Alright, before we carry on down that direction, let's... over here. I know who says that. No, we're not doing it. Just making sure we got all the things. Oh, I remember that door. There's supposed to be a way for me to get up there. Maybe it's just I have to go out the back door upstairs. Talk to you yet?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what.
I
Come back
did
tomorrow
tweet
for
about
tea.
it.
I'll be glad to see you then.
Yell at Siri. Siri, how dare you not tell me that Faye was streaming? I don't think I've killed anybody, but we have talked to Lady Ashbury. And unlocked several doors. Hi, Lunix. My eyeball is twitching. Well, it's not really my eyeball, it is the eyelid on my left eye. I don't know if the camera really picks it up. It's gonna drive me crazy. The last time it was doing this, like as bad as it is right now, it lasted 6 effing months. Where were you hiding a second ago? I came by here earlier and you weren't here.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Oh, come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
Oh, it's not the epidemic that's been keeping him busy. It's more, you know, blood.
What is this new battle?
Well, I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Ah.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a
Not
little
half
late
the
for
man I
visiting
used to
hours,
be.
don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Not even one.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Apparently. Are there any more flyers that I forgot to pick up? Okay, I already went down there. We already spoke with Lady Aubrey's daughter.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Now I know I have enough of that. Lord. Why do I have 400 plus of? Holy crap. 421. And ferrous tartrate. Crickets. And a whole bunch of stuff that I've picked up off of bodies from people I've killed. I know, I need to talk to him. No, stop walking around.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
What is it with the Brits and steak and kidney pie? Like, kidneys filter your blood for poison, just like your liver. So things that you should... On the list of things you should not eat from an animal. Liver. Kidneys. Ick.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I want steak.
I must confess, I have quite
And
specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
He reminds me of some people in the government I know.
You cannot expect the newspapers to
I'm going to
expose
fail
the
this.
truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
No. Oh wow, I didn't.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
I wonder how he felt during World War II, during the Blitz.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also
20
enjoy
odd
a
years
sunny
later.
day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain
Nearly 20
je ne sais quoi of its own.
And the war... Blitz started in England sometime between 1939 and 1940. So not quite 20 years.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Do you need medical help?
You would save my life, Dr. Reed. I have not felt so bad in many years.
Yes, lone gourmet.
Don't worry. There is nothing serious to fear. I have seen far worse, I can assure you.
I cannot imagine the pain these people must face then. You have my gratitude, Doctor. This disease has ruined my appetite.
I somehow doubt that. He's got 2 hints
Goodbye,
left,
Mr.
and
Russell.
he's a higher mesmer
I'm
level
sure
than we
you'll
are.
take care of yourself.
Pretty much everybody is a higher mesmer level than I am.
Women's right to vote is
I'm
only
hungry. Where shall I eat tonight?
Well, I mean,
Support
if
the
we're
equality
actually talking
between
about
men
party
and
drugs, then
women.
yes.
Women of all countries unite.
Both doing
Women's
so
right
far
to
away
vote
from your other
is
posts.
only the first step.
That's Jonathan's house.
Women die too in this war.
I think that's actually how I got here.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
I know where the correct one is, I'm just taking my time here. Seriously, I
It's
can't go
locked,
that
all
way?
right.
But I can go down there. And this is where Karina is. She's going crazy because of rats. And now we've gone a loop. Here we go loop to loop. Here we go loop to line. Loop to loop. All on a Saturday night. Jonathan's mom is apparently already dead. D-E-D. Dead. Oh, we're coming up to that shop that has that woman in it. Woman who I want to kill. Among other things. That's
Maybe there's a way to break into this house.
oh good, there's a hideout here. I don't like that flashy flash. It actually kind of makes my head hurt.
There has been a fight here. I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps?
Yeah, we'll worry about that.
What a mess. Something terrible happened here. But what?
I think? didn't make another of that. That's okay. Still need offhand. I still haven't found one that I like. Okay. I was concerned for a moment that I might have, you know, taken apart Jonathan's watch. Beware! Beware! Nope. Well, at least this door doesn't have a flashing neon sign above it. So let's see here. That goes into the park. Whole bunch of rattos. Whole bunch of blood. Oh, you're level 30. You think you're a fancy
Stupid
pants.
newborn! You're bleeding!
Apparently not bleeding hard enough to, you know, die. I should probably look at the various things that we've picked up.
It's locked,
Oh, it's
all right.
locked. Damn it. I actually remembered where it was. I was just like, we should pick it up. We should totally go pick up the... No, can't do that yet. It's not possible. I remembered to run away before she exploded. Alright, so we should go and rescue Louise. Not sure what purpose that served.
It's locked.
And big scary beast.
For Ascalon!
Oh my god. Playing through like any playthrough after this is going to seem difficult. Got everything? That's everything. No, okay.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Yeah, but he failed. Yeah. And unfortunately for me, things don't carry over from one playthrough to the next. Gotta wait that way and then is this gone this way before? Have I always skipped this? Doesn't seem like there's anything over here. Other than a place to see where I killed the guy. What was that? Oh, what was that? Yay, the door has been unlocked. For me to be attacked by a whole bunch of bad guys. Like, the first 2 times we did this, this was terrifying. Because it's 4 level 30s all at once. And they're just right on your butt right away. Yeah. I'm pretty spoiled. I can more or less kill anything that comes at me, right? Like, if it came down to it, we could go and kill the Red Queen right now. I'm almost positive of it.
This is despicable.
No, it's not, Jonathan. It's life or death. Eat the rat.
This is now my domain, young Ekon.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
He's dead, dear. Pretty much, yeah.
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
40.
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
And I can't give her Can't give her any
Goodbye, Miss
meds,
Teasdale.
but I could mesmerize her.
Be careful. Until we meet again.
Not just yet, though. I don't want to present myself to the Ascalon Club. Stop reminding me. Sorry. Oh, now we're out of the sewers. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think we're gonna have to go back in there. I mean, not that I'll ever use it, but hey, I'm an axe. Very dark corner that I can't see in. Thank you. Oh, okay. So that's it? Oops, there it is. Done there, done that. It strikes me that all the way through this playthrough, I've been covering up our stats. If you are interested, I can move my stuff around and make it so that you can see things.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Well, I live in the area.
I'm here on my own, sir. I have no official appointment other than my desire to save lives.
Then we have the same objective, sir. The difference is, to catch my suspects, I use a magnifying glass and handcuffs instead of a microscope.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been abducted by my mysterious maniac.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Then you'll be happy to know that we found her and she is safe.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman who has been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
You'll quickly feel better after taking this.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I really appreciate it.
Dr. Reed just hands him a cup of tea. Cup of tea.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Of tea. I'll go talk to the wicked ladies in a second here.
Do you remember if we've seen someone recently? Sometimes it's difficult to remember why we're here in the first place.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
It's from My Fair Lady. And yes, I am actually drinking tea. I've got some oolong, that's what I've been drinking all night.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
Nope.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Not a bad monthly tradition.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
No, I just need something that's not this.
You got to wait. Nope, there's nothing on the table for you.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are?
No.
Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
Let's just totally go around.
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer, exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
I didn't hear a bad noise, so that's
What
good.
can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
These
Have you ever
twins are
felt like life
exasperating.
trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Now back to Pericles.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
I don't know.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Two of you make me crazy.
But they will not be forgotten.
Crazy? Did you say crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room through bugs and worms all over me. Bugs and worms make me crazy. Crazy? Did you say crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room threw bugs and worms at me. Bugs and worms make me crazy. Crazy? Did you say crazy? I was crazy once. They left me in a rubber room and threw bugs and worms all over me. Bugs and worms make me crazy. Crazy? Did you say crazy? I was crazy once. Sorry, I just had to. Would you believe that one of my out-of-town sister's ex-friends taught me that when I was in high school? God, I wish
I don't feel afraid.
my out-of-town sister was here right now.
It seems violence and madness are now contagious.
Because she had this, she has this thing that she does that's all, that the whole thing is just a bunch of wordplay. And it starts with, something along the lines of, Oh, I don't even remember what it starts with, but the first part that I remember is that I went to a party and everyone was jumping for Joy. Joy was the naked lady hanging from the chandelier.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They've told me of your unquenchable thirst for blood. Be wary, Ekon. I've heard such a rich diet can be bad for the heart.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The Guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
The Joker. A woman bent to obey and debase herself. A cruel gaze in the dark. A monster laughing at you.
Oh, a hint about Karina.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The glutton. A man who just eats life as a cake. A righteous ego, surprised to fall in love.
The gourmand.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The mother. A suffering soul, ashamed
Lady
of her
Ashbury.
silence, terrified
Or
to
our
raise
mother.
her voice. A son to be killed.
Stella! But she's already dead!
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
That one didn't give me anything.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The sorceress, a heart-shaped trap built to entangle a loved one. Mirrors on every wall to see her own reflection constantly.
Carol Prize. And Carolyn Prize.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
I have no idea how much money I have left.
The snake, a bitter woman, smiling as she pours poison in your cup. A shaming betrayal. Hate.
Oh, really?
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Apparently there's a hole in my lip.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
Well, that's a repeat.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
I might have heard all of them now.
Here is the money.
Love. Pure and unseen, untold. The two hearts love each other without knowing it, without daring to admit it.
Darn it.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise.
Okay, we'll stop for now.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
You'll cast your heart into the fire without hesitation, Jonathan. For pain is only for the mortals.
That's in reference to the end, no doubt. Letting Lady Ashbury burn.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she had given me a chance to explain. If only I could have found the words.
Not all vampires accept their new condition. Since suicide is impossible, you have to find a way to get someone else to relieve the pain.
I could have saved her.
No, Jonathan.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club
He
of
founded
academics
it.
and scholars.
Once upon a time,
He really is a
very long
vampire.
ago, The Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials awaiting in the future.
Alright, we're going to take a quick second here and go through all of our paperwork. But not that paperwork. Pardon the belch. Am I that crazy right now? An iron key, not a thing. I think that's everything. Alright. There's that.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
No shit, Sherlock.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble
Her
shop.
hands are still the creepiest goddamn things I've ever seen.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
And I don't really need anything she has right now.
I hope you can stay a little longer
Caroline.
this time.
Carolyn, look at me. We need to talk.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Uh-huh.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Oh, and she's low enough level that I can mesmerize her. Oh, that's amazing.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
You can't have me!
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy, then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
Uh-huh.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Pretty sure she has Munchausen's by proxy.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Price?
Oh yes, I feel so oppressed lately. And tired and feeble too. Thank you so much, Doctor. You're always so considerate.
I'm just doing my job.
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful for your concern, you know.
I'm just farming you for your experience points. Shut up.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Well, I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Is it true you often hurt yourself, Carol?
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded. I'm so stupid.
Why would you be stupid?
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut, or burned. You see, I'm a stupid girl, really.
When exactly do these accidents happen?
Ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
Do you need my medical attention?
Oh, please, sir. Do not waste your time with me. There is nothing to be worried about.
Don't be shy. It's my duty to take care of you.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
Both of these women
Goodbye,
have
Carol.
one hint left.
I am sorry, I
Good
I
evening,
can't
Miss
help
Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patients.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
When did Munchausen's become a thing? Like, when was the first diagnosis of Munchausen's?
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy, not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
I'm not judging you, Carolyn. I believe you're a victim too. I'm just trying to explain that you need medical help.
You will not separate me from my flesh and blood, Dr. Reed. We'd rather die.
Real quick before
Goodbye
I
for
actually
now,
kill her, we're gonna go check on her daughter.
I can't help you, sir.
I hope you can stay a little longer.
Good evening, young lady.
My mother always prefers when people simply call me Carol.
You need to understand you are in danger, Carol. Your mother is responsible for all your injuries.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault. My mum loves me so much.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes she loves you as much as you're convinced she loves you. But you are both trapped in a toxic relationship that puts you in danger.
What are you saying? That she lied to me all these years? That she wants me to be miserable? My mother has dedicated her life to my safety.
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered, and tortures you with a twisted sense of love.
No, my mum loves me and only wants the best for me. It's my fault if I can never do anything right. She deserved a better girl than me.
Oh yay, we got the last one. Yay, yay. Guess what we're gonna do?
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Mother, where are you? I can't see. I'm so afraid, Mother.
100 shillings for killing the daughter. Coming for you, Carolyn.
It's locked, all right.
I know. Let me talk to Carolyn.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
It must be in the wall. There's no one here. Why can't we just kill her here? These are the first two to die by my hand, officially, for real. Not including my mom. In the district.
Poor me. Oh no, poor me. I'm dying. For real. No one will cry for me now.
What a bitch. Poor me, poor me. Poor me.
It's locked, all right.
What? Oh, we would have to give time for Carol to end up with the key. It didn't. A little too easy.
Over there!
Level 30. Sneak attack. So that doesn't do any damage when you do the sneak attack. And I literally drank him until there was less than one full hit left. Just back there. The honest God's truth is that we don't really need to kill anybody else. Really? So we don't need any more experience points because we have everything we actually want. But there are more skills to gain should we so desire. I'm looking for the hideout because I want to see if we can upgrade anything else. Splash of blood over here. Wow, this hideout has next to nothing in it. Bladder is trying to tell me that I should probably quit for the night, and I'm over here going, no, but I don't want to yet. Ooh, excuse me. So we just came back out the same door that we went. It's not what I was trying to do. Really? Okay. Well, let's kind of get towards where our investigation is supposed to be.
It's illegal! Kill it! We have to stop it! Let's pin it down! I'll send you to hell!
Oops. That's not gonna do any good. Yeah, now that we're in here, we actually have to stay for a second because we have to save the guy. One guy. Really? 5 shillings in that?
Die, vermin! Fuck, it's fast!
Where are you? pretty dress. I really like it.
More Braille.
Oh, we found the
I
last
should
Braille
bring this to
thing.
Mason Swanborough.
There's a problem with that. Mason's dead.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
Yep. And just special enough that it'll get the attention of the gourmand.
Watch it!
I killed him in one hit! Like, I swung twice, but he was dead before he hit the ground on the first one. Holy crapola.
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Women of all countries unite.
Okay, so she's not on this side of that wall.
It could be someone you know. Even someone you're close to.
Yeah, we have to get into the house. Let's be able to get to her. Fudge knuckles. There's no way to hop up there from where we are. Which is stupid. It's another case of Jonathan, your ability to teleport is strongly dictated by story. Venus, let me in!
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
No.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Uh-huh. That does not mean go and sleep and come back, because it won't.
Rats. Tasty rats. Those clever rodents are cautious now. They won't approach.
Didn't I get a hint for Karina? Hey, come in.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
They're all around you, waiting for you to let your guard
Women
down.
die too in this war.
I suppose I could actually go and advance the story, but we've only got 5 minutes left, so...
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et fruit that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. Please, have this for your research.
200 shillings!
Calhoun, tell me about your relationship with Doris Fletcher.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice trapped in a perfect body. Our passion was as intense as it was brief. What an actress.
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France before the war. She was thinking about a career in Paris, and I was eager to try French gastronomy. We both returned disappointed.
I expect you've seen her on stage, too.
She really is the best actress of her generation. Such frailty and such strength at the same time. I hope she'll play again soon. She's been away for too long.
You sound surprisingly sad. Have you regrets?
I think of her as a divine dish. I'm glad I was able to taste it, but I regret I could only get a bite of her mystery.
You really loved her, then?
She fascinated me, Dr. Reed. I can't imagine what she must have endured through her life to reach such a level of emotion and sensibility.
Alright, you still have one left. Also, you're level 5 and I'm level 3.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
I may have a look at your goods.
I still don't remember how much money I have or don't have. Holy crap, I still have 1,400 shilling.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently? Remember, don't let any strangers...
Poor Miss Reed.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, you have come back too late, sir. Far too late.
I know, Avery. I know about Mary and my mother.
I'm so sorry. It was my duty to watch over her. She left the house in the middle of the night. The police said...
It's all right, Avery.
The police said her body was found near your sister's grave in Whitechapel. You're the master of the house now. I'd understand if you fired me, sir.
Never, Avery. What? Never. We would never fire him. We would eat him, but we would never fire him.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan.
And it's
all I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
What are the arrangements for my mother's funeral?
There will be no funeral, sir. No ceremony whatsoever, because of the sanitary situation.
Where is her body, then?
I'm afraid your mother's body was moved to a mass grave somewhere. I have no other information. Civil service is paralyzed, sir, and London is crumbling down.
How was life in this house while I was away?
It was sad, sir. Miss Mary moved here in July after she lost her baby and husband. So I stayed to serve both her and your mother.
How was my mother?
Miss Reed was very frail. After Miss Mary was found dead, your mother started talking to herself. She said she was speaking to the dead. She even said that she had seen you.
How was Mary?
Miss Mary went out looking for you every night after you had written to say that you were coming back. She was sure you were alive. She'll never know she was right.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir, so my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I neglected my mother?
Yes, 9:45
Yes.
sucks.
I see. Well, please go on. Speak freely. It's not as if there is anything left to treasure in this house.
Just like your father. You always had this capacity to focus only on what interests you. It surely helped you become a great doctor, but not such a great son.
Do you need medical attention, Avery?
I won't refuse, sir. I don't feel that good these days.
Here is your prescription. You'll feel better soon enough.
Thank you very much, sir.
Alright, well, we have
Thank you,
all of
Avery.
Avery's
We'll
hints.
talk later.
Your bedroom is ready as always. Good night, sir. Good evening, sir.
We'll, officially search the house tomorrow. And do whatever it takes to, still can't go in Mom's room. Oh, we can go in Mom's room.
It's
But we
locked.
can't get anything, because she died as opposed to me killing her. Stop searching the house. I thought you were going to search it tomorrow. Hello, crazy thing downstairs. Wait. I don't want to leave just yet because I heard Kimura. And now that we've heard him, if we don't save him, we'll be in deep doo-doo. Assuming, of course, that we want to ultimately kill him.
Are you from Ascalon? I don't care!
No, I didn't kill you.
What do you want from me?
I knew I remembered him being in a thing. Mura-san.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as
Killing
vicious
Avery?
as he is
Yeah.
strong.
You don't have to worry
Killing
about
a lot
him
of these
anymore.
people makes me sad.
What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get
now.
home safely.
It seems that
soon.
I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Okay, so you can get your butt out of here. And we'll go back to our house, which will save the game. Oh yeah, no, trust me. My body is well aware of the fact that I need sleep. Okay, I'm lost.
Women's right to vote is only the
And
first
I'm
step.
found. Okay. Game is saved.
I always hoped that I would hear children play in this house before I died.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a really sad line to end the game on for today. That is super sad. I mean, did Mary never bring her child over while she was alive? That's terrible. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being here. I appreciate every one of you. You guys are my pack, and you keep me gaming. Which isn't to say that I wouldn't game, just that some games I would actually give up on. So, thanks for being here. You guys sleep tight. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't let the Fae bite.